Good evening, my friends. Good evening. Good evening, my friends. Good late evening. Good evening, my friends. Today's subject will be the issue. Late evening. You see, this is the today's subject. Let me reduce my voice of my handset. This is All India election period, and on one side, it is clear that Pakistani ruling forces wants in India the victory of the indigent, the Congress Siku Markus junta, who had ruled this country from the center and at provinces for more than 6 decades. Pakistan wants these forces, junta, the Indi junta, to win. And you see, and on occasions, some leaders of this Indi junta go to Pakistan to seek their help and cooperation so that they can dismantle the NDA, the BJP inside this country. Also, they want help from China so that this NDA government falls. This character of this indigent, this Congress Siku Markus, is not new. This is in their DNA. It's in their DNA. From the days of the creation of Congress by a British, Robert Hume, Octavio Hume, and more so from the days of Gandi.Nehrus, when they were planted, they are British agents planted in Congress to serve the interest of the British. From those days, the mutual interest of the British imperialist force and these Gandi.Nehrus is a common agenda is to destroy the history heritage of the cultural nationalism of Bharat. They are all against both British imperialism and the Gandi.Nehrus are against it, and there is a compromise. British wants to prop up Gandhi by help of the British media, Europe media, and British controlled Indian media to make him as a sage, project him as a sage, as the spiritual guru of Bharatvarsha, the leader, political leader of Bharatvarsha, and as a spiritual guru of the world. Gandhi wants that. Maybe Gandhi is not a thief, financially a thief, but his desire to live as a spiritual guru next to Buddha. And British is doing this in exchange of a promise for Gandhi that Gandhi will always serve the interest of the British Empire in India. Gandhi was in Africa, a briefless barrister, and this is told in this country that popularized a story that Gandhi was a freedom fighter in South Africa. What freedom fight? Actually, he was fighting for the British, fighting against the liberation forces of South Africa. He was an honorary sergeant in the British Army in South Africa. And British used him as an army soldiers recruiter from Indian soil before, at the beginning of the First Great War. He was an army recruiter. How can this man be the apostle of non-violence? He is a British agent planted in Congress. Not only British agent, also he is an agent of Pan-Islam. I'll step by step I'll come to this. And Gandhi had it agenda to be the spiritual guru of this Bharatvarsha and leader of these movements. And British wants to help him. In exchange, British wants to use him for their purpose. This is a mutual interest. Think. Initially, I would not like to discuss why the Congress was created by Robert Octavio Hume, a British, in 1885 with a specific purpose. Purpose was to neutralize, to control the people's grievances against the British rule, to control and channelize. That was the purpose. And all along, the Congress presidents was selected by the pro-British elements inside the Congress. Now, I am coming to 1905, the year when Lord Curzon divided Bengal. Bengal was the biggest province in British Empire, a British province in British Indian colony, British biggest province, economically most prominent and most populated and biggest, economically most important to, economically and politically most important to British Empire. And Calcutta, not only the capital of this Bengal, but also the capital of their Indian colony. It was the capital of India at the British India at that time. That much importance. They divided it because they divided it into East and West Bengal in a religious line. West Bengal is Hindu majority, East Bengal is Muslim majority. In a religious line, to create a Hindu-Muslim divide so that the Bengali sentiment, the Bengali nationalist spirit come up to fight against the British Empire. It's a divide and rule policy. This is 1905. And think, and against this, the nationalist people all over the country, particularly of Bengal, arose. There was an anti-partition movement led by so many persons, particularly Surendranath Banerjee, the surrender not Banerjee, who promised, British is telling, partition of Bengal is a settled fact, I will unsettle the settled fact. That's why he was popularly known as surrender not Banerjee. Even this movement was blessed by Kavi Guru Rabindranath. In this situation, all India platform, all leaders, Muslims, leaders, Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Sikh, all leaders joins, all leaders came in December 1906, just 1 year after the partition. All India Congress conference was held in Calcutta. Main purpose was to arouse a movement, create a movement against partition of Bengal. Muslim leaders came, Jinnah came, and so many persons, all top Congress leaders, irrespective of religion, caste and creed, all gathered in Calcutta. All Calcutta came to Calcutta, and the resolution against partition of Bengal was adopted. And at the same time, other resolutions, very important resolutions taken, step by step, in the administration of the British, the Indianization, that is, appeal to the British government step by step to recruit more Indians in the British Indian Council and in administration. That is the administrative way, that is the parliamentary, that is the legislative way of legislative way of gaining some rights to the hands of the people of this country. And most important resolution was anti-partition resolution, anti-Bengal partition resolution. And 1 month before that, some Muslim leaders gathered in Calcutta. That was secretly helped by the British. What was their purpose? From Calcutta, they went to Dhaka. There was a conference in the name of Aligarh Mohammedan Education Conference. Some 44 Muslim leaders went to Shahbag Park in Dhaka, that was funded from behind by the governor of Bengal, British governor of Bengal, and the so-called Nawab, a rich man of Dhaka. That rich man was Salimuddin Khan, so-called Nawab. Funded by these two persons, the Muslim League first took birth in Shahbag in Dhaka. And the Muslim leaders tried to persuade Jinnah to attend the conference. But Jinnah did not go there. For a long period, Jinnah did not associate himself with any Muslim League activity. He was away from Muslim League activity. Though subsequently, on request of the Muslim League leaders, he has attended the conference without being the member of the Muslim League. He was always a Congress leader, a dedicated Congress leader, a dedicated man for the Hindu-Muslim unity. I have told you long before that, though by age, Jinnah is junior to Gandhi by few years, but in Indian politics, Jinnah is senior to Gandhi. In the parliamentary politics in the British era in India, Jinnah is much senior, much senior. His activities are very precise, very articulated. He wanted to get more power to the hands of the Indian people in administration and in the British government, India government, by legislations, by his fight inside the Central Assembly. He's pioneered it. I'll come to. And 1906, that Congress gathering in Calcutta, there are 44 Muslim leaders, 1500 Hindu leaders, Sikh, Parsi, Christians all attended the Congress. Few leaders went to Dhaka to form the Muslim League. The Muslim leaders could not influence, could not persuade Jinnah to attend the Muslim League conference. And for a long period, Jinnah could not be purchased by Muslim League, could not be, he was not persuaded, could not persuaded to become a Muslim League member. He was the symbol of the Hindu-Muslim unity. I am now taking another, and the Calcutta Congress was presided over by Dadabhai Nauraji. Jinnah was his secretary. He was the Congress president, Dadabhai Nauraji. Jinnah was his secretary. he was so sick, the presidential speech was delivered by Gokhale, and all leaders of the Bengal attended this. Yes, and the resolution, one of the sentence of resolution, Bengal partition is a bad blunder of England for England. It's a part of resolution. Bengal partition is a bad blunder for England, and you know how subsequent British was compelled to undo the partition of India, partition of Bengal. Jinnah, yes. Then I'm coming to another event in England. In England, 1909, Savarkar. Savarkar was at that time in England reading for the course of barrister, bar at law. And in England, he was arranging all anti-British activities, literatures, all these, and anti-British activities, very violent anti-British activities. And the activities of the Indians inside in England against the British, all intelligence files are declassified and in volumes published. From there I am reading a record. In 1909, Savarkar arranged a Diwali festival. In that festival, program for few days, there they are discussing on Indian nationalism, its culture, heritage, and religious texts, methods of the liberation movement, all these things. In one of the sessions, he invited Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi from South Africa. In one of the sessions, Gandhi criticized the concept that Ramayana and Mahabharata is part of Indian history. He criticized. And he was telling that Ramayana and Mahabharata is legends, all stories are not reality. And in reaction, Savarkar strongly opposed that. He told Ramayana and Mahabharata is part of history, part of Indian history and heritage. That much clear conception was in the minds of Savarkar. And Gandhi is a confused man. Not only a confused man, basically he is a British agent. British wants to tell that whatever in India, Rig Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, are all stories. They want to diminish the importance of this Ramayana, Mahabharata as history and heritage. They want to project to the people of this country that you are uneducated, we have developed you, your all these things are stories. This was the British interest, imperialist interest. And of this British imperial interest, British attitude, Gandhi.Nehrus are partners. British wants to project in India that whatever you are telling Ramayana, Mahabharata, Vedas is not of Bharat. They are all stories. They have come from outside. You are not civilized. We the British, we have come here to educate you. And before that the Muslims came to educate you. You learn from me. But on the contrary, the persons like Savarkar, who believes in the and conviction of India's history heritage, are with conviction that these are parts of our knowledge system, our history and heritage. That's the basic difference between these two sets of politicians. I've explained to you why Subhash Chandra is not liked by the Gandhi-Nehrus. Gandhi-Nehrus cannot like Deshbandhu, Bankim Chandra, Subhash Chandra. They cannot like because these Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lajpat Rai, Madan Mohan Malabya, Bankim Chandra, Subhash Chandra, Deshbandhu, they belong to a group who believe in a cultural nationalism of Bharatvarsha, whose history heritage is thousands of years old, much older than any of the civilizations of the world. There is a basic difference. Now, And then coming in 1920, how much time? I will stop very soon. 1920, 1920, yes, 1920. In Calcutta Interim Congress, All India Congress. Here you see Gandhi has come to pass the resolution of Khilafat movement and non-cooperation movement. And the Khilafat movement, to help pass the Khilafat movement, the people from the West India has come as voters to back this resolution. And they have come by Khilafat trains. And they all financed by the Marwari and Muslim industrialists and capitalists of the West India. They are backing Gandhi so that the Khilafat resolution is passed. And you see, all the top All India leaders, all the disciples of Tilak, Lajpat Rai, Annie Besant, Bipin Chandra Pal, Deshbandhu, even Jinnah is against passing this resolution of Khilafat movement. Because Khilafat movement is no issue of Bharatvarsh. Khilafat issue is a communal issue, is a religious issue related to west of Asia, related to Turkey. And Gandhi brought this issue, the Islamic fundamentalist issue, to the platform of the Congress. And you see, and by voting, by rigging, resolution was passed. Because by that time, thousands of persons from West India has come by Khilafat trains, financed by the Muslim and Marwari industrialists and capitalists. By this way, the Khilafat resolution was passed in 1920. And to cover the bad, ugly design, ugly aspect of this plan, Gandhi placed non-cooperation movement. Again, the majority of the intellectuals of India was for selective non-cooperation movement. They wanted non-cooperation in selective areas, not boycott of the courts, not boycott of the education institutions. Boycotting the education institutions, educations of the boys and girls will be disrupted. And boycotting the courts, boycotting the legal assemblies is disruption of the life. Rather, they wanted boycotting like tax, boycott tax. But Gandhi took the complete, on all planes, a total non-cooperation movement. Actually, that's disrupted the national life. It has not gained any good results for this country. Education was disrupted. Education was disrupted. Ravi Thakur was against it. Ashutosh Mukherjee was against it. All intellectuals were against it. This is a disruptive process. And Gandhi's non-cooperation movement was to cover up his ill designs of the Khilafat movement. And what Khilafat movement gave us? The thousands of our mothers and sisters raped by the Khilafatists in Kerala, in Bihar and Bengal, and thousands butchered by the Khilafatists. And Gandhi remained silent. He told nothing against the Khilafatists. That is his Khilafati movement. In that way, the Islamic issue came to our secular movement, our All India movements against the British. Islam entered into our politics. Issue of Islam entered. And I told you, Gandhi is a camouflage Muslim League agent. At the same time, a British agent. Whatever he is doing is disruptive politics, divide and rule. He was executing the British's divide and rule policy, dividing the Indian society into one side Islam and Christianity, Indian and Hindu, dividing, disruptive politics. He gave way to disruptive politics by Khilafatists. Then I am coming to another chapter, that is 1920, when the first non-cooperation movement in West India, in Madras, then in Bengal. In Bengal, the non-cooperation movement was most successful under the leadership of Chittaranjan Das and under the direct leadership of Deshbandhu and under the articulation of Subhash Chandra. And at that time, Lord Reading became very afraid because success of non-cooperation in Calcutta and in Bengal made Lord Reading very unpopular to his masters in England. At that time, at the end of the Second Great War, the position of the British internationally was not very good. And also in India, after the success of the non-cooperation movement in Bengal, Reading's position was very loose. He wanted to compromise with C.R. Das. He gave signal to C.R. Das that he wants to give them provincial autonomy. In 1921, provincial autonomy. He offered provincial autonomy. In exchange, that C.R. Das will withdraw non-cooperation movement. And C.R. Das agreed to that because this provincial autonomy is at least a step forward towards the independence. A step forward. Provincial autonomy. Lord Reading's proposal was accepted by C.R. Das. And Lord Reading requested Madan Mohan Malabha or Benares to come to Calcutta to meet C.R. Das inside the prison cell. Yes, Madan Mohan Malabha agreed and came to meet C.R. Das in jail. Lord Reading himself came from Delhi to Calcutta to meet C.R. Das in jail. Even Jinnah agreed to have provincial autonomy if we withdraw the non-cooperation movement now. But only one person betrayed, that is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He betrayed. He told that until and unless all the arrested persons, all the Khilafatists who are arrested and in the jail, if they are not released, he will not agree to any process. Think the situation. And Lord Reading told that giving provincial autonomy is my right, is in my jurisdiction, because I am the viceroy. But Khilafatists have been arrested under a law framed in British Parliament. If the British Parliament, British government from UK do not agree to their release, I cannot do anything for them. Gandhi did not proceed. He sabotaged the whole process. And at that time in 1921, an opportunity was lost. The opportunity of provincial autonomy. Gandhi was always in mind a very dictatorial. He saw that this provincial autonomy coming via C.R. Das, Chittaranjan Das, and Gandhi, the briefless barrister, was very jealous about C.R. Das of East India and Jinnah of the West. Very jealous, because C.R. Das of East India and Jinnah of West India was very brilliant, very successful in their career. Gandhi was not, the briefless barrister, the British agent. He was jealous. He was jealous of the success of C.R. Das, Jinnah, Madan Mohan Malabha. He sabotaged the whole process. And that autonomy came in 1937. That provincial autonomy came in 1921 to 35. That is after 15 years, or one step was delayed by 15 years by the ugly, dictatorial and lunatic mind set of Gandhi. Then I am coming to another conspiracy. 1924. C.R. Das was very sick and frustrated by the non-cooperation movement of Gandhi, which has disrupted the people's life. He came out and he formed his own party, that is Swarajya Party. Swarajya Party's agenda was to enter into the parliament, enter into the assembly, state assembly and central assembly, to fight from within. Yes, fight on the streets is one aspect of freedom movement. Fight also from inside the central assembly and state assembly is also another aspect of the fight. Because street fight is to disrupt the British administration. But fight inside the assemblies, state and central, is to block formation of all laws which British wants to make to rule our country. If we can block the formation of the laws which is against our interest of the people, and if we can compel inside the central assembly and state assembly make some laws good for the people, that is a good fight. C.R. Das wanted to enter into assembly and he was successful in assemblies, also in central assembly in Delhi, because by this time the central assembly from Calcutta to Delhi had changed. Calcutta central assembly has gone to Delhi. Capital is transferred from Calcutta to Delhi. And a time came in 1924. Swarajya Party in the central assembly under C.R. Das has 42 members. And there are 23 independent members in the central assembly. Those who obey Jinnah. Total is 42 plus 23. This is on one side. And opposite side, the Viceroy's appointed official appointees are 36. That means it is clear that if on voting every time, this combine of C.R. Das and Jinnah group can defeat any law formation inside the central assembly, and they can compel the British government to form a law good for the people. This was the condition, situation. And C.R. Das and Jinnah compromised there. British got frightened. Gandhi got frightened. And by this joint venture of Jinnah and C.R. Das, a nationalist group, nationalist party was temporarily formed to fight the British designs of making laws in the central assembly. British got frightened. Gandhi got frightened. And you see, as C.R. Das was sick, C.R. Das has made Motilal Nehru the chief of the Swarajya Party in the central assembly. And in one day, you see, in 1924 August, Gandhi is seen in Nehru's family Bombay beach house. There is a secret agreement between Motilal Nehru and Mohandas Gandhi. A secret agreement. What is the secret agreement? Secret agreement is Motilal Nehru will gradually sabotage C.R. Das Swarajya Party, will come out from Swarajya Party, and in exchange, step by step, Gandhi will hand over province after province to the hands of the senior and junior Nehru. That is the compromise. And you see, is the compromise. And you see, then come to 1935, British India Act. as per the 1930 British India Act, in 1937, all over the country, in all provinces, there was elections. Elections. In 8 provinces, Congress got the majority, they formed their own governments. And in some areas, a coalition governments took place. Think of Bengal. In Bengal, 3 prominent groups: Congress, Muslim League, and Krishak Prajapati of Fazli Haq. In that situation, Fazli Haq and Sharat Subhash Bose, they wanted to have a coalition government, and Fazli Haq wanted that. Sharat Bose, Subhash Bose wanted that. A coalition government. Because Fazli Haq was against Muslim League. He was a very liberal man. He wanted to form, he requested all the Congress leaders to allow to form a state government with the help of the Congress MLAs. And think, and this was a stage. In that stage, who sabotaged the process? Initially Gandhi agreed, but subsequently Gandhi disagreed. And for Gandhi, Nehru and his group, Bidla, Gandhi, Nehru, Bidla and Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, they sabotaged the whole process. Congress, Krishak Prajapati coalition ministry could not be formed. And that time, Fazli Haq was compelled to come to a compromise with Muslim League to form a government in Bengal. Remember, Bengal being the most important economically, politically, in size, biggest province of the British India colony, there Gandhi indirectly arranged enthronement of the Muslim League into the power. That paved the way for the Muslim League to rise and expand in Eastern India. That was, and that's why I tell, Gandhi is a camouflaged Muslim League agent. And what Sridhar Shankara has clearly told me, that it is Congress High Command, that is Gandhi.Nehrus. They kept Bengal Congress divided into multiple fragments, so that, number one, this divided Bengal Congress can never be a challenge to the Congress High Command of Gandhi.Nehrus. And if divided Bengal Congress, the Bengal will remain weak. Bengal Congress will remain weak. They can manipulate it. And remember, at that time, only one faction of the Congress was loyal to the Bose brothers, Sharat and Subhas. Others were against. That's why Subhas Chandra could not arrange formation of Krishak Prajapati Congress government in Bengal. Remember that time, the 1937. Also in a way, in Assam, Muslim League formed government. The Congress administration, Congress party was so callous. At the time, Nehru was the Congress president in 1937. Muslim League formed Muslim League government in Assam. So callous. In 1938, Subhash Chandra became Congress president. He rushed to Assam. At that time, Assam was a big Assam. Shillong was the capital. He stayed in capital for a few days. He persuaded all independent candidates, MLAs, to withdraw support from the Muslim League government of Sadullah. And he brought Bardoloi as the Prime Minister of Assam and installed Congress government in Assam. By that way, Assam has been saved from the hands of the Muslim. Otherwise, today Assam could have been in the Pakistan. This such serious things, and I have told you, it is Gandhi.Nehrus, all are not only British agents planted in Congress, but also Muslim League agents. I have told you, Nehru himself is a Muslim blood, by culture a European, British, and by political education is a disruptive communist and a man against the Bharatian cultural nationalism. Do not believe in Indian knowledge system, Shastras, Vedas. To him, the nationalism of India is a gift of the British Empire. That's his education, that's his conception. And coming to this 19, again I am coming to 1947. I mean, quickly I be over turning the pages of the history. Why I am telling? Remember, the man like Tilak was never made Congress president. Man like Tilak was made Congress president. Man like Jinnah was never made Congress president. Very unimportant persons, less important persons has been made Congress president. But not man like Tilak, man like Jinnah. Jinnah was praised by Sarojini Naidu as the symbol of Hindu-Muslim unity. And I have told you already, both Jinnah, both Nehru and Gandhi was briefless barristers. They are very jealous about the success of C.R. Das and Jinnah. I have told both Nehru and Mohandas has betrayed, sabotaged C.R. Das. And also keep in mind, it is both Gandhi and Nehru has repeatedly in the open platform has insulted Jinnah, which compelled Jinnah to leave Congress to join Muslim League. That's why, in one way, the creation of Jinnah as a Muslim League leader is the contribution of Gandhi, Nehru and British. Because British knew if Jinnah remains in the Congress, the Hindu-Muslim unity will continue. The Hindu-Muslim division cannot be created effectively. And in that process, British was helped by Nehru and Gandhi. He was compelled to resign from Congress and join Muslim League. And remember, only after joining Muslim League energized. And Jinnah wanted to take revenge on Gandhi Nehru. But the tragedy is, he could not limit his activities. He took the revenge of the whole nation of Bharatvarsha, all Muslims and Hindus, Christians. By getting Pakistan, he was not very happy, He, before death, could understand whatever he has done is a blunder, is a mistake. But whatever he has done, he cannot be praised. He cannot get mercy. Whatever he has done, creation of Pakistan and butchering of lakhs of people, both Hindu Muslims, and making refugees in crores, must not be forgiven. But remember, this is a reaction to whatever Jinnah is a product of the British and Gandhi-Nehru manipulations. He was compelled to leave Congress, join Muslim. He wanted to take revenge on Gandhi-Nehru, but mistakenly, angrily, by his arrogance made him blind. Arrogance made him blind. And on being blind by arrogance, he took revenge on the whole nation, the subcontinent. And one thing is told, that Gandhi was an innocent person. He did not support partition of Bengal, partition of India. This is very wrong, very wrong, very wrong. Remember, in Congress leaders, Gandhians particularly, has no right to tell anything. Even in the Congress platform, air has no right to blow. The leaves of the trees had no right to flutter. Birds has no right to sing. Everything was under the control of Gandhi. But how the resolution of partition of India was adopted by Congress? Impossible. Everything was under the blessings. Resolution was under the blessing of the Gandhi. And remember, the moments, the periods Mountbatten has gone to Gandhi for final decisions about the partition of India, every time he was observing silence. In the most crucial period of Bharatvarsh, of India, when fate was being sealed, discussion is so important. To Gandhi, to observe silence is more important than to discuss the issue of partition of India. That's his Gandhi. That's his hypocrite, the treacherous man, the scoundrel, the lumpen. Then you see, 47. Majority of the Congress provincial presidents and committees wanted Patel to be the Prime Minister of partition of India. What happened? Gandhi told Patel to withdraw. What he told? He wants an English-speaking person, a Harrow-educated person to be the Prime Minister of this country. That is Nehru. Why he wanted Nehru? Because British wants Nehru as the Prime Minister. Voice of the majority was not of importance to Gandhi. It is the British desire, it is the Gandhi's own desire who is the Prime Minister of this country. It is Nehru. Because Nehru will serve the interest of Pakistan. Patel will not serve the interest of Pakistan. I will not discuss more and think in the 1947 October Indo-Pak War on Kashmir. You see, our army was ordered to advance by Patel, and half of the Kashmir, lower half, was occupied by the Indian army. Suddenly, Nehru ordered the army to withdraw, and he went to UNO. Under the sexual and romantic influence of Edwin Mountbatten, who was instructed by Mountbatten himself. This is scoundrel Gandhi. The Pak occupied Kashmir, which is Pak today, is a gift of Nehru. This gift of Nehru, Pak, was created by Nehru to please Edwina Mountbatten. To please Mountbatten. Their desire, the British imperial interest. Pak is a creation of Nehru. And think I like to be very short. Remember, today the Siku Marku Kongus in India, they want help from China and Pakistan so that the NDA government, Modi government falls, and the Pakistan government wants a weak government in India so that Pakistan can survive. I have told many times that Pakistan is surviving, was born with the help of the British, Gandhi.Nehru, UK, and then with the survived for decades with the help of the USA. Then now with the help of China. And Kongus and Markus of India here, they want help from Pakistan and China to weaken the government here in India, to sabotage here in India, so that Modi government falls, India government falls. They want a weak government here. Think of 1971. British. I will end with two sentences. Now it is about 50 minutes. I will end. Rather, I will in future I will explain Bangladesh Liberation War. At the end, Simla Agreement. In Simla Agreement, Indira Gandhi converted our military achievements and diplomatic achievements into a diplomatic defeat for India. This was to satisfy the interest of Pakistan, to help Pakistan to survive. Because by loss of East Bengal, Pakistan has become economically a bankrupt nation and politically a very fragile nation. Its economic source is cut off. I have told many times, independent Bangladesh was not the desire of Bangabandhu, was not the desire of Indira Gandhi. Once that war was declared, it is the army generals and Manekshaw on the Indian side took their control of the war. They completed the war. And the result of the Bangladesh Liberation War was not satisfying Indira Gandhi or Mujibur Rahman. And you see, Indira Gandhi, what in the Simla Agreement did, you see the text, I have repeatedly told you. Simla Agreement, in Simla Agreement, whatever Indira Gandhi has done, he has converted our national victory, diplomatic plane and military plane, into a diplomatic defeat. We have not bargained POC. There is a high chance of bargaining POC. There is a high chance of bargaining to bring our prisoners inside the prison cell of Pakistan, 23,000. We have not bargained that. We have released their 90,000 soldiers, prisoners from our cells. We have released all occupied areas of Pakistan we occupied during the war. That was a brilliant example of how the Congress has helped in many phases survival of Pakistan. Whole Gandhi dynasty, Nehru dynasty, whole Congress DNA under Gandhi, Nehru, Sonia Gandhi is pro-Pakistan, is Islamist. They are for Pakistan and they are against the Indian Bharatian history and heritage. They do not like a strong Bharatvarsha. They are the inside Bharatvarsha. They are the enemies of Bharatvarsha. They are the friends of the enemies of Bharatvarsha. That's why they are wanting help from Pakistan and China so that NDA government, Modi government falls. And Pakistan, China wants this because if a government in Delhi is weak, that will be easy for them, both China and Pakistan, to handle, to manage India. Again, I am repeating, from the days of Gandhi-Nehru, Gandhi-Nehru was not only British agents, they are the agents of Pan-Islam. They are the camouflaged Muslim League agents. And today's Seculars and Markus, they are all in alliance. They have got common agenda. In India, Indi, Siku, Maku and Konguj has got common agenda. They are the enemies of the concept of Bharatvarsh, which is standing in Bharatian history heritage, which is surviving in continuity for thousands of years. They are the agents of the foreign masters. And that agency is for mutual interest. For them, they are dynastic, and for the enemies of this country. Be careful. Be careful. Thank you. Subhas Mitra. Thank you, sir. Dev Mallo. Let me stop here today. If any question, I will answer tomorrow. I will very quickly I have turned the pages of history.